Hey folks, I thought we would do something a little bit different and fun, at least for me. Well, it's all fun, I guess. Um, so I want to do a flyover of this lake called Chilco Lake. Reason is, although I don't watch all the seasons, I haven't. I really enjoy when I get a chance to watch the TV show Alone. Really, really cool show. They drop 10 contestants off in these really remote, harsh areas and basically see how long they can stay before they tap out. And typically, we're talking like 90, 100, 110 days that these contestants are able to stay. It's pretty incredible. So this is one of this is actually from season 8, at least the one I'm talking about. And this lake in British Columbia. Let me zoom out a little here for you so you can get a perspective. So here we go, right? So that's where we're at. Um, Vancouver Island is over here. We'll get to the red dot in a second, and here's Chilco Lake. So I thought it would be fun just to do a flyover of most of the lake. We're not going to go as far down south here. I don't know. I was struggling to find maps of where the actual contestants are. Maybe they try to keep that a little bit more under wraps. But either way, we're going to go and fly through the main body of Chilco and then head across these mountain ranges. And we're going to land at Stuart Island, which is a private island. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, so we're going to take off the very northernmost tip of where all this starts. Let's see if I can find it for you. Yeah, over here. All right, so let this render a second. And you can see here's our airstrip. Um, when we get in the cockpit, we'll be basically right there. And there's this little, I don't know, small town-ish. This is actually what they call bear camp. So there is a, an off-the-grid type of camping adventure that you can have here in the lodge, and see bears and yeah, there's tons of grizzly bears, by the way, here. This is one of the marks of the show or the season this year is how many grizzly bears they actually encounter. Pretty crazy. So, anyways, we're going to be taking off from Bear Camp, which is right here. We're going to be doing a flyover of the lake, and then coming across here at where it branches to the west, and then flying over the mountain ranges as we go ahead and make our way, sorry, down here into Stuart Island. And let me there. Come on, you can zoom in. So here's our little airstrip that we're going to be landing on. And we're going to be coming right over the crest of the Downey Range, making a pretty steep descent so we can make our landing on Stuart Island, which, by the way, is a private island. So we have to have permission to land here, which we have secured. There's not much on here. There's a small golf course, as you'll see. There's a lot of, not a lot, but there are some private estates and some fishing lodges. So it's not anything that's commercial flights, if you will, all private flights. And yeah, so pretty remote in itself too. So from one remote site to another. So, anyways, that's where we're at, and let's get in the plane and get going. All right, so here we are at the back of the airstrip. Everything plugged in, ready to go. Let's just get in the air. Gave you enough overview earlier. I mean, enjoy the view everywhere, but as we take off, look to your left. Start to rotate here. That's Bear Camp. So this could be some place that y'all can come and have an off-the-grid lodge experience. Sorry about the frame rate issues again. Capture method change. No, struggling again. But yeah, I guess this is at around 3,800 feet, I think it is, 3,900 feet. Really high elevation for this natural lake here. It's a glacier-fed lake.
Vancouver Center PL 316 November 9 or 5 29er Golf is type Cessna Caravan 1 mile southwest of Charlie Alpha Golf Tree, 4,600 feet. request flight following.
PL 316 November 9er 529er Golf Vancouver Center. Squawk 776
Squawk 776 Tree PL 316 November 9er 529er Golf.
PL 316 November 9er 529er Golf radar contact 2 miles south of Charlie Alpha Golf Tree 4,900 feet. Altimeter 29.76.
Roger PL 316 November 9er 529er Golf.
And even though, it's not incredibly wide, it's certainly not narrow. The main body of the lake is going to be up I guess the depth get up to 1,200 feet. So I guess if you can just imagine a mountain valley, a chunk of that valley is below us, just filled with this glacial water. And yeah, the contestants were just dropped off. Some did better than others, obviously. For some, fishing was successful. For some, it was a challenge. It's the nav, so we don't have to pay attention too much. Do a little bit more. Yeah. But yeah, lots of grizzly bears. I guess the salmon and trout run here is pretty huge. I did hear one of the contestants talk about that there was a landslide that blocked some of the salmon run that was making migratory bears come more to this area to fish, and potentially risky and dangerous for them as they were out here. So serene and beautiful. So off the left here, I was looking. I am correct. That's Sanaya or Sania Lake. It's actually a large airport there. I saw on Google Maps. It's still active or not? Looks pretty run down. I can only imagine that it would be pretty hard to maintain business and property up here. Just can get pretty brutal. Elevation up, because again, as we make that couple more turns, we're then going across these mountains that you're seeing straight ahead and to your right. So we will need elevation soon. So yeah, just trying to let you enjoy the views. Not much to talk about other than got a few things here and there. Those POIs or points of interest that are overlaid on the map. As I said before, I like leaving those on there. Sometimes they're helpful, sometimes they're not so much, but especially in areas where you're not familiar with. It could draw your attention to something interesting where you have to look something up. Maybe there are landing lights on right now. So yeah, there's the, thinking that's a marker for the lake. Get a little closer on this bank. Really cool scenery. Yep, there's the Chilco Lake marker. Not sure exactly what the other ones are. We'd have to get closer to see some of them. and some are not so helpful. Chilco Lake 1A, not exactly sure what that might mean. I think what we see back there was Connie Lake, Konni. There is some agricultural marks back there as well too, so maybe some current or previous farming being done. Yeah, this is kind of the main section here. Again, I'm not sure exactly where all these camps were with the contestants, but that's something we're doing here. Just went into the matrix. All right. Oh, maybe that's what 1A was for. That was a different dimension of Chilco Lake that we just crossed over. Right. Well, we'll go a little bit further here. Again, you see straight up ahead is that southern strip of the lake. I don't know if that's where any of the contestants were dropped off at. It does seem to be more shallow, more icy. And then it banks to the west here, to the right. It's really mostly south, as you can see. And then we're going to be crossing over the mountains. I'll speed up most of the rest of the journey to keep this video reasonable. It's always neat just to be able to share this with people. And looking back at myself too, it's kind of neat. Ranges that we're going to be heading into soon. I'm going to again get my elevation up a bit. Probably be signing out for a little bit and speeding up some footage. Just one little last aerial here of the lake. Chilco Lake. Pretty cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna make my bank here, and I think we'll come back when we are just passing or getting near to pass that ridge as we come in for our landing. All right, here we go. All right, so welcome back. As you saw, those mountains that we were crossing over were not the most hospitable places to have an issue in the plains, so glad we are approaching our destination, Stuart Island. And yeah, we just gotta cross over this peak. I'm gonna try to get us as close within safety as we can get, because we got a steep descent once we make that. So it's going to be a little bit like the movie Maverick. So, okay, maybe not quite, but it'll probably feel like it. You're landing right into the sunset. Great view. We should soon be able to see our airstrip, I would imagine. It's quite a descent too, because I think we're only a few hundred feet, if that, above sea level at the airstrip. We're good. There's the airstrip. All right. Push this thing down a bit. Sorry for the bouncing as I'm struggling with the trim controls on this controller. Come on. It's a steep descent, but we should be fine. That is bright reflection. I have my flaps fully extended. Should be plenty enough room for this Grand Caravan. It's great on short runways, both landing and taking off. But just in case, I'll probably come in at a pretty reduced speed, a little bit less typical than normal. Got slight headwinds, so conditions are very nice. So. Alright, we should be on the ground in less than a minute. As I said, my flaps are fully extended, so I'm going to be coming a little bit slower just because I don't want to miss the runway at all. I like fishing, but I don't want to be bait. Gorgeous entry. Coming right over the top of the trees, so challenging, but beautiful.
500.
Just beautiful. Good.
Charlie Yankee Charlie Mike traffic PL 316 November 9er 529er Golf 1 miles east 200 feet inbound to land runway 26.
Little late of a call there, co-pilot, but okay. Nice. Plenty of airstrip. Plenty of airstrip. We'll park over here by this other plane. See a tail. Fuel. This looks good. Uh, hmm. I will choose not to park as closely as that plane. Huh. Oh, Matrix, they just showed up. Look at that. No, I'm not sure I'm gonna follow your lead. You sort of led a plane into a building, so I'm gonna make my own call here. Anyways, we have arrived. Cracks me up. We have arrived, and oh, this is great. Beautiful. All right, well, thanks for flying with us. I'll give you one little last view here. Stuart Island. What a view. What a view. Fantastic.